Hello ladies and gentlemen. Today I am halfway done with my 2005 Toyota Sienna inner and outer tie rods. So the boot got tore over the years, and the tie rod became quite floppy. So you're not supposed to be able to do that by hand unless you're Hercules. Now since the boot got tore, well, here's the remaining part of the boot. Now you see that metal ring? So I got that loose. I got that loose by sticking a screwdriver in that little there and widening it back and forth, wiggling it until it was loose. Now my new parts kit did not come with one of these. It was a budget parts kit. I probably regret ordering a budget parts kit on something so crucial as my steering, but it had lots of good reviews. For 40 bucks you get, well, let me get some light on the subject. For 40 bucks you get 6 pieces. Got your 2 new bellows, your outer tie rods with the ball joints, and then the inner tie rod. There's one out of the bag from Detroit something, from Amazon, 40 bucks. Now I was prepared to whack that ball joint loose any way I could. So I took the cotter pin out of there and then I put it back on, and I just took this heavy, maybe it's about 2 pounds or 3 pounds, and just gave it a few good whacks. Oh, and I also put that PB Blaster product, whether or not it did anything. I sprayed the joint area and it popped right out. So all these fancy tools I bought, well, didn't need to necessarily buy it on this passenger side. So there's the fancy tools. I got the Sunex, air hammer, and the Lysol pickle forks. It's got the part that goes in the air hammer right there, and then it screws into the pickle fork. Also you have your plain old, hit it with a plain old hammer adapter that goes in, screws in. And the various sizes, one of them seems to fit quite well on this little ball joint, the smallest one. Well, now of course the inside of that rack and pinion, maybe it's called steering gear, was full of grit and grease. So I took some tissue on the tip of a screwdriver and just kept wiping. Seems it never ends. But I think I'm going to quit there. It's a little bit of gunk. Here's some of the gunk I had gotten previously. Lots of gunk out of that hole until I was satisfied it was clean enough. Now I unscrewed that. Once I popped that loose, I loosened. There was a extra bolt there to hold it, tighten it so it wouldn't just get loose. I unscrewed it pretty much 13 times before this thing fell out of the hole, so it gives me some idea where to screw it back 13 times, 13 rotations, to get me started on looking at some YouTube for aligning. Alright, this budget kit didn't seem to have very much grease in it. I foolishly kept pushing and pushing until it flopped down and seems to catch in a reduced diameter slot there on that sloped metal surface. Well, you know, I'm just gonna, I was thinking maybe I could squirt some grease in there. I'm hoping they put some small quantity of grease, because there ain't no way to put any grease in it right now, so I don't think they'd expect it to, but never know. I guess they got the manufacturing down in these third world countries to get this whole kit to be 40 bucks. Well, at least they got some nice printing going on there. Looks pretty professional. Print a bunch of numbers. Alright, ladies and gentlemen. So, I'm going to probably be up against using some zip. I heard you can use zip ties on these new bellows. Maybe I'll put the old one back on and then use some pliers to try to pinch it a little bit, in addition to some bellows. I would imagine your best kit is to just make sure you're getting those with your kit. And I'm sure these products are fine, but yeah, there's also Rock Auto that you can select some premium parts. Shipping may be a few more days, but what the heck. Oh, now one near final comment. This, I turned my wheels pointing to the left, which means this surface came out more to the right, this back side, and of course the steering rod there was pushed as much as possible in my direction. In my sloppy tool management, I couldn't find my half-inch extension, so I had to try to just put that directly in there, and I got it about halfway in, but it was enough with that sticking out to clear. In fact, you could probably use a pipe wrench on this Toyota Sienna, gripping around that inner tie rod. So, a hammer and a pipe wrench, possibly you could get this job done. I've heard to retorque that is somewhere on, you better look that up, but I thought I heard a number of somewhere around 65 foot-pounds when you retighten your inner tie rod back in there. So let me get to work and say goodbye.